So point two is that I didn't want to go to Toronto. In fact, I could not think of a reason why I would go to Toronto. So when I heard the idea, I heard the voice, go to Toronto, and I was living in Vancouver, BC at the time, and there was no reason for this voice. My predominant thoughts were not, how do I get to Toronto? What do I pack? What's the itinerary? How long is this going to be? It was predominantly, why would I go to Toronto? Now, this is an important point, because the first point was that it's a recurring thought. It was, first of all, a recurring thought. And then the second point is that it was not immediately obvious to me. It was also, there was obviously some resistance there. In fact, when I thought of Toronto, the first thing I thought of was concrete jungle. And the main reference point I had for it was I had gone on a 10-day Vipassana meditation retreat in 2012. And during that time, I spent a couple days in Montreal and a couple days after the retreat in Ottawa. And I bypassed Toronto, right? I also was just outside of a small town called Montebello in Quebec, which is where this 10-day Vipassana meditation retreat was. And now I've always lived on the west coast of Canada. This is kind of where, this is where I've always mostly identified. So when I heard the voice go to Toronto, it not only made no sense to me, I also didn't really want to go. First of all, I had no reason to go there. It's not like I would have gone there for school or for work or to go visit someone or for leisure or for interest or for anything, right? There was no A, then B. There was no logical reason for this trip. There was literally nothing that my mind could grasp onto, right? And so when I mentioned in point one of this series, the month before the train, that it was literally out of the blue. It literally was out of the blue because not only was it not connected to anything that was relevant to me, seemingly, it also was not something that I actually had a preference for. Like I mentioned, why would I go to Toronto? 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 I just kept repeatedly asking this question in my mind. So take note of that. Sometimes the thing that is presenting an idea to you or even is recurring in your mind might not have an obvious reason. It might not even make any sense to your human mind. It might not even be something that you consciously want. You may even resist it on some level. You may actually even be asking that same question, why would I do that? So this is point two. I'll meet you at point three.